Hi, I am Dee Collins, and I am the publisher of the Commercial Voice Real Estate Magazine. It's a publication for BOMA Suburban Chicago, and I am so honored to be here with you on Next Level Leadership Media, where you are about to witness an outstanding interview with an entrepreneur. He is a visionary. He is a businessman. He is a father. He's building a legacy for his sons, and you're going to get more information on Tim Kahn, president right here, Image One Facility Solutions. So I want you to stay tuned. Now, you may say, you know what, I am not in the commercial industry, but as a leader, as a person, I promise you, if you stay tuned, you can learn so much. One thing that he said before I end, he made a decision. And if you are a leader, which you are, there's a decision that needs to be made, and you'll never know how you will be inspired. So I am Dee Collins. Stay tuned, because we're going to go right there with Tim Kahn. I'll be right back. Next level leadership. What does that mean? Leadership fixes. We are a unique organization with a unique approach to training leaders, developing leaders, your leaders, within your organization, within your churches, your ministry, your nonprofits. We cover the entire gamut of leadership development through mastermind groups, through seminars, through workshops, through legacy leadership summits. And it doesn't stop there. We have a media division which brands not only your company, but your leadership message. You have a story as a leader to tell and to be heard. And with our company, we allow your voice to be heard through social media, through digital media, through print, as well as television. Leadership Fix. Next Level Leadership, Next Level Leadership Media. Call 1-855-430-LEAD, LEAD. Hope to hear from you soon. Tim Kahn, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. It is so good to be here right here at Image One Facility Solutions right here with you on Next Level Leadership Media. I got a question for you. Are you ready?
I am.
How did all this get started?
Got started a long time ago.
Okay.
When I was 14 years old, I started my own business. My parents owned a two-story office building, about 10,000 square feet, and I guess with an entrepreneurship mindset from the time that I was little, going out and cutting grass around the neighborhood and shoveling snow, I told them, I can clean your office building. And so I got a vacuum and a mop and a bucket and started cleaning their building. And when I turned 16, I joined a networking group, and that really opened a lot of doors for me. So I was walking door to door, washing windows, doing that kind of things, and someone said, hey, you need to come out to an evening meeting with us and join this networking group. So I did that, and that networking group grew my business greatly. We had a...
Wait. You were 16 years old.
Correct.
You joined a networking group.
I did.
And you had Image One in mind.
I didn't have Image One in mind at the time. I mean, at the time, it was just a kid working to have
Just a
cash.
kid, right.
I wanted to be able to pay to go out on dates, and I needed to pay for gas and my car, and those kinds of things.
Okay.
I certainly didn't envision what we have here today.
So your mind, and I understand that, but your mind never went to, let me just go get a job.
No. My parents were self-employed. I was always around a business environment. It was just natural to want to do something on my own.
So you were born into leadership.
I think so.
You were born into leadership. Okay, keep going, because you're 14 years old, started sweeping, started mopping, started doing this, joined a networking group at 16. You're still in school. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
So one of the people that was in the networking group was from AT&T. And back in the 80s, AT&T had phone stores, but they weren't cell phone stores. Cell phones weren't there.
Weren't
yet.
there, right,
Exactly.
right.
But they sold business systems, and they did home telephones. And home telephones used to be, I apologize, used to be rented. And so people would come in and exchange their phones and things. So they had stores all over the Chicago area, and they were in this networking group. So I was invited to give them a proposal at their Old Orchard store.
Oh, wow.
And so we went in, gave them a proposal, and started cleaning for AT&T. And again, that opened up even more doors, because now I was a 16-year-old kid that had a Fortune 500 company that I was doing work for. So that was a really good reference. And the manager there wrote me a nice letter of reference.
Awesome.
And within a year, maybe 2 years, we were cleaning 7 out of their 12 phone stores in the Chicago market.
Okay.
So that was huge.
That was huge.
Yeah.
So that was one level. Then how did you go from that level to the next level?
Well, it continued to grow.
Okay.
A dialysis company moved into my dad's building, and I don't remember what time frame that was. If I was 18 or already in college at that point, I'm not sure.
Had you graduated from
But
high school?
I'm not sure. Again,
Yeah.
the timing of it, I'd have to go back and really look.
Right.
to figure it all
That
out.
just shows you
It
you're a
may have
little
been-
older now.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
It may have been around my freshman year
Okay,
in college.
okay.
And so this dialysis company moved in, and we started cleaning for them. But the problem was we could only clean the office side. We couldn't do the medical side because we didn't have the training from OSHA to deal with bloodborne pathogens and clean the medical side. So for about 6 months, we were cleaning the offices, and they had another company coming in and doing the medical side of it. And I got a call from their purchasing manager. And he said, "Tim, I've got a problem." And I thought, "Oh, what happened?" And he said, "Well," he goes, "I've got patients that are complaining." And I thought, "Oh, what am I doing wrong?" And he said, "The problem is the office side is so clean,
Wow.
and the treatment room isn't." And he said, "I need you to get certified so you can clean the treatment room."
And that's really what is important.
Absolutely.
The treatment room, yeah.
Right. That
Yeah.
was what it was
Yeah,
all
that's
about.
what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I did. So I went and I got the training done through our trade association and through through OSHA and got everything that I needed. Presented them all the paperwork, and we started cleaning the treatment side of the building. And they had 18 or 20 locations around Chicago, and they just started to fall like dominoes. So we started cleaning all the way from Gurnee all the way to South Holland.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, I had a 75 or 80 mile range of locations that we were cleaning. I continued to clean all through college, and by my senior year, realized I had a great business going. There was no reason to do anything else.
So what did you major in college?
Political science and business.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and to me, those two things really go hand in hand because the business climate and the political climate, they have to work
They
together.
have to work together. So not only are you just an awesome cleaner and professional at it, but you are an awesome businessman.
People tell me I am.
Well, I mean, you're the president.
Yeah.
You're the president of Image One, and you started all this at 14-year-old. As a 14-year-old, talk about vision, because you had to build a team. You had to grow. It just didn't happen. A lot of people see success and they just say, "Okay, he's successful," but it took a lot of work. Okay, you had to build a team. Talk about that. Now you're starting to get a vision, I'm sure.
Well, and my senior year in college, they always have the job fairs, and after the second or third job fair, my guidance counselor called me up and he said, "Tim, I'm concerned." I said, "Why are you concerned?" He said, "Well, we've had a couple of job fairs and you haven't been at one yet." And I laughed. I said, "Well, I'm not looking for a job." Well, he didn't understand that. And he said, "What do you mean you're not looking for a job?" I said, "Well, my business has been running for several years. I'm making more money than any of these jobs are offering. I'm not looking for a job." In hindsight, I realized I should have been there because I probably could have recruited some really good people to come and work for me at the time. So I missed the boat. I didn't see the bigger picture.
You didn't see the other side of the table.
Exactly.
You were so busy on that one.
Exactly.
So what would you say to someone who is aspiring or want to go in business and just don't know the first step to do?
Just go for it. There's so many things in life that you need to make a decision, and a lot of people are so worried about making this decision, they never take the action. And I don't care whether that's the kid that wants to move out of his parents' house, or make the decision to get married or to have kids, or if you're waiting for the perfect time to do any of those things or to start your own business, guess what? You're never going to do it.
Right.
Because the time is never perfect.
Never perfect for anything,
No,
is it?
no. And sometimes you just need to do things.
You just need to do it.
And wake up one morning and say, "Hey, I'm going to do this."
Okay.
And so, if someone has a desire or a dream and they want to get into business, go for it. I think that's the best advice I can give anyone.
Well, you're in the commercial real estate industry. You service a lot of facilities. I want to hear more. We're going to take a break about your clientele. Okay. The clients you serve, I believe customer service is very important. I believe it's beyond just cleaning. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
It's about serving your clients. I am Dee Collins. I am the host of the show, Next Level Leadership, and I'll be right back. I am here with Tim Kahn, President of Image One Facility Solutions.
Image One. I think I chose Image One because of the focus and the determination and the outlook that Tim and Mike had with their company. It's a company I believe is probably second to none. I've been in the cleaning business over 30 years. It is a company now that stands by with the integrity, the stuff that they stand by is outstanding. I mean, we go out, we take care of the customer. This is no longer where it's going after the cheapest price, it's going after quality, and that's what we base everything on. We base everything on our quality, what we do, what we stand for. We bring it up to our franchise owners. Our franchise owners believe in the system that we put into place. It is, again, about the customer. Our franchise owners believe in what we believe in, and I think it shows and reflects in our work that we do.
Well, Tim, you are an outstanding businessman, and you really, first of all, not just a businessman, but you're an outstanding, awesome father. I had the privilege when I came here and you became a client of the Commercial Voice Real Estate Magazine, but I met your son, at the front desk,
Yes.
okay? College, going to school, you have another son. But before we get into some of those dynamics of legacy, I want to talk about your clients, okay? Business to business. That's what we do, brand and build business to business. And I don't think that you just clean and just go, okay? You're really customer service driven. Talk about that.
True. Well, there's literally thousands of cleaning companies out there, and the industry as a whole, I think they've got it wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody's out there fighting for the business, and for years it's kind of been a spiral to the bottom in pricing. We can beat that price. We can beat that price. We can beat that price. So the problem is you get what you pay for, and I think service in the industry has gone down in many cases because of those companies that are on a race to the bottom. They can't give the customer service because they can't afford to do it, and that's really where we set ourselves apart.
What do you mean by that? They can't afford to do it.
If your price is so low, you can't have an operations manager that can go out and visit with the clients.
Okay.
They can't go out and inspect the work that the crew is doing.
Okay.
We price ourselves differently. We're certainly not the cheapest. Most times, if you're getting 3 or 4 quotes, we're going to be the highest, maybe the second to the highest. But you're not going to have to go out for bid again in 3 months or in 6 months. We've got clients that we've had for 15 years, and that's just the norm with us.
So let me get this right. What I think you're saying, you value yourself for the service that you provide.
Absolutely.
So based upon your value, you set the bar. It's a pricing that's not the cheapest. You see what I'm saying? Because of the value and that what you give in that pricing.
Yes.
As opposed to some people in the same industry or the same profession, they may try to just go low to get the job, but they don't have the ability because of that pricing to give the clients other services or extra added incentives that they need.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So really, here at Image One Facilities Solutions, you really know your value.
Right.
You really know that value. You're an industry expert. Okay, in this industry, talk about that because it's more than just wiping.
Right.
Talk about it. Share.
Well, it's so much more than that. Next month, the industry holds their convention, their annual convention. It's going to be in Las Vegas. There's 2 of them that they run simultaneously. The BSCAI, which is the Building Service Contractors Association International, and the ISSA, which is the International Supply and Sanitation Association. The 2 of those will be held in conjunction with each other. And it's so important to go to those. I mean, every year I go to them, and I always learn something. And I think that's a big thing. It's going and it's learning about the industry. What's new in equipment? What's new in chemicals? What are the greatest and latest and greatest techniques and processes to doing something? And this year it's going to be kind of different for me because I'm going to be actually speaking for the BSCAI. And helping other business owners. The session that I'm running is taking your business to the next level.
Awesome.
And so that's going to be new for me. I'm going to be on the opposite side, trying to give back.
Right. Right.
A lot of people have said to me, "Why are you going to share with your competitors, so much information?" I said, well, because it's such a big industry. There's enough there for everybody, and to me, it's important to give back.
But that's leadership.
Yeah,
That's definitely leadership, and you're not concerned about nothing, but yet you can take your business to the next level. And if you can do that, how much more can you do to help someone else go to the next level?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Competition. I see it as a healthy thing.
Absolutely.
Okay? Most people don't see it that way. So evidently you and I see it eye to eye. Talk about it from a healthy perspective.
Competition, I think, is great. And without competition, there is no progress.
Okay.
You know, if there's no competition, you're going to have poor service. There's no incentive to get better. And the competition in our industry, like I said, there's literally thousands of companies that do cleaning. I mean, anyone, from a little mom and pop company that just goes out and buys a broom and a vacuum and a mop, up to multi-billion-dollar multinational companies that have thousands of employees. And there's different markets
Okay.
for all those. Some of those companies only deal with the big downtown union buildings, which we don't get into at all. And then there's other companies that only deal with the little 1,000 square foot offices that
Right.
get cleaned once a week.
Right.
And for us, it's kind of a happy medium. We'll do the once a week cleans in a 1,000 square foot office, or we'll do a 7-day a week clean in a 50 to 100,000 square foot building, or a movie theater, or banks, restaurants, car dealers. Really, all of those. It's kind of our sweet spot.
Okay. Okay. So from the commercial real estate professional industry, okay, where do you see yourself at the next level, going into this industry even more? What you can contribute? How can you add more value to your clients in this industry?
Some of the things that we do, dealing with management companies, the push to recycle more.
Okay.
A lot of companies say, we'd like to have a recycling program, but we don't know where to begin.
Okay.
So we'll help them.
Okay.
And we'll help them put together a program where their staff kind of have to be retrained
Okay.
to what they're throwing out and what cans and where.
So you have that
but-
service.
yeah.
You're offering that.
Yeah, it's something that we're
Okay.
going to add value to them.
There
And we
you
don't
go.
charge for
There
that.
you go.
We'll help them put that plan in place.
There you go.
And help them put that together. And to me, that's again, it's giving back. It's
Now, who
it's-
would know that? I mean, seriously.
Right.
Just by looking at the sign, image one. You know what I mean? Who would know that?
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is not only are you just here to serve, but you're here to also add value to others.
Yes.
That's leadership. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought that
No,
was just
that's okay.
huge.
That's
That was
okay.
huge. Not only are you the president, but you're also a father. You're building legacy. Talk about it. Your sons. I believe you have.
I have 2 boys.
Okay.
They're now 18 and 20. Again, just like you said, that I was born into a family of
Leadership, there you go.
entrepreneurship and that leadership role. I think that's kind of the way I've raised my kids.
Okay.
Anthony, my older son, from the time he was probably 3 or 4 years old, people would say, I guess maybe older than that, maybe 5 or 6 years old. If people would say, what do you want to do when you grow up? Most little kids will say, I want to be a policeman or a fireman or, an answer of something that they see as a leadership role in the community, something that they're really a part of. And I always laughed because Anthony's answer was, I want to be the boss. And it didn't matter the boss of what, just he wanted to be the boss.
Yeah.
And so now he's a junior at Lake Forest College this year. And he's majoring in business and minoring in entrepreneurship, and he will be the boss.
He will be the boss.
So,
Why the smile, Tim?
Because it's my exit strategy.
There you go.
I've got 2 sons that are coming into my business, and I know that they'll take care of it and take care of the customers just as good as I do.
Yes.
And from a very early age, they've been around the business, and they've been involved in the business. Whether it was coming in here over the summer, and working part time in Dad's office, up to the point where then they were going out and they were doing cleaning with me. And both my sons operate a franchise now.
Okay.
So Anthony services several accounts up on the far north suburbs, as does my younger son Nico, who graduated high school this past spring, and decided instead of going to college, after he had already been accepted and registered for his classes, he came to me and said, Dad, I'm not sure if this is the right thing for me. And I said, you know what, college isn't for everybody, and if you don't feel it's the right thing for you, I completely understand. And he said, I don't want to be one of those kids that goes and doesn't do well and drops out, and I regret going. He said, I don't think it's the right thing to do. I said, great, I support you 100% in that. And so he said he wanted to work in operations with us, so he started full-time in August this year. And
Awesome.
he's out working with the franchise owners and inspecting accounts and making sure that the jobs are done right. So
Best college.
absolutely.
Best college.
Absolutely.
Best college. Working with your son in the business now, how do you see him contributing to the success of it?
Both of them, they're very different. My older son is a little bit more business minded and will look more on the financial side of it and work on growing the business and taking the business to the next level on that side. Nico, my younger son, like I said, he wants to be very involved in the hands-on.
Okay.
He's an operator. He's already talking about continuing to grow his franchise, and we've bought a couple of businesses over the years, competitors, and we just saw a competitor that's up for sale out of state, and he said, "You know what?" He goes, "I'd seriously like to consider that," and it's in Florida. And he said,
Oh, wow.
if we bought that, he goes, I'd move down to Florida and open up an affiliate franchise in Florida and run it from down there. And so he sees the bigger picture. He's not afraid, and he is. He's willing to jump in with both feet and take that chance. Which again, like I
Sound like
I said, when we
apple don't fall
started,
far from the tree, does it?
yeah. So, like I said when we started, sometimes you can't wait and see if it's gonna be right. Sometimes you just have to do it. And I think both of my boys, have that attitude that if they see something they want, they're gonna go and they're gonna get it. So Nico, again, being only 18 years old. He decided that he wanted to buy a brand new car for himself.
Wow.
That's great. I said, but realize you're going to be making a car payment.
Yeah.
You're going to be making an insurance payment.
Yeah.
You're paying for the gas.
Yeah.
This is all on you.
It's
He said,
all on you.
I got it. I understand. And he went out and he did all of his research, and we went and test drove 4 or 5 different cars, and he picked out what he liked and bought himself a $25,000 car. And for an 18-year-old kid, that's a big commitment.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah,
that's a big.
absolutely.
I have 2 daughters, parallel to your story, and I understand. Well, Tim, it's been, first of all, you're an outstanding leader.
Thank you.
Okay, and you understand how to go to the next level. But I'm going to have another interview with you because you're so rich in content. Okay, and I want to come back and I want to talk more about entrepreneurship. I want to talk more about you being a visionary. And I want to talk about more of your ability to turn this business into a franchise. Okay, if that's okay with
Absolutely.
you. If that's okay with you. But in the meantime, it's been great. Okay,
Thank you very much for
I
coming in.
thank you so very much. First of all, for being a client of the Commercial Voice Real Estate Magazine, and I want to get more into you being a member of BOMA Suburban Chicago. You was on the waiting list for a long time.
We were.
But now we're connected because we are the publication for BOMA Suburban Chicago. And so when we have that next interview, I want to go into those dynamics, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I am here. Thank you for tuning in, Tim Kahn, President of Image One Facility Solutions. Tim, can you please look in that camera and tell them your address, your website, and if they want to contact you?
If you'd like to contact Image One, you can reach us on the web at image1, spelled out ONE, USA.com, or you can call us at 630-616-1010. Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. It's
Thank
been
you.
great. It's been great. Well, there you have it. Awesome interview with Tim Kahn. I know that he provoked your thinking because leaders do that. So if you want more information, how to get in contact with him, even for you to be a guest on this show, contact me, 847-908-0650. Let's do better than that. 1-855-430-LEAD. I am Dee Collins, publisher, author, leadership developer, and trainer. 1-855-430-LEAD. Talk to you soon.